Wanneer de werk ja meer de helemaal jullie schaders maar ja wel ja hoor maar die ja maar was ik eigenlijk kan ik maar zie dat dan krijg je die nee dan kan je al iets zo maar dan kan je weer maar oh maar is ook zeg maar zo niet uit te leggen dat is alles moet ik zeggen ja dan gaan we gaan zo ja dat is dan maar zo daar maar ja maar Barakatu adinai. Lady Malay, listening a layout, or Malay, Yakola, then I give a wine, Ellen, Kaiba, and then I ask us maybe got a name on the album, because it was some of you, Barakatu adinai. Logan, I think you don't want to have these matter. I was sure my navigation. I'm making us some Hamas, some clips of the matter, some sushi, and my about with some like members of my Hamas, sure. The name and not the activation, Barakatu adinai. I do everything that's I go away to Makin Naval, I think I'm sure I might have Mr. Sugar. It's not making go done with all I'm going to keep I got in the map of the Slayer. They never been any people, I didn't go to make much better. He'll get I got in Loyal Israel. When I didn't think of your shooting, she never shoot a key, so he doesn't know what I go slap my command is thinking about even them on the ground about I don't know. I am Israel. But I'm not in the was saying, I don't want to live out. Is having with the Washington and Gasha Matter to the Batam. I shot it. Yeah, we shall regard the location of some of these guys go see the American pictures as you know. I got it. They can't be since the army Israel. We should be the information of it. Very close when you come another. Likely not in the American the back metallic for Miss Rock. Well, I got to go miss, but I'm machine all these people coming and calling. I give you all the honors. I'm a Malcolm, I was my good. This I can give me a baby. I got it. So every money later. I like to take my husband and nothing now. Israel. Well, but it is with the parent guys really near my change out there like a lot of some of them. Well, my name is Gibaga, but that's the Bagatari. Imagine of the last weekend. You find America back in the business with her, I got you by the pistol. I be on my age because you mean then or I don't know. By the usual as some of them have on my head, I just make a kind. I don't wish us that lead which was really going to I don't know. As you make an issue of marketing out in the Navajo, as the people are saying, you'll spend this second on the motor. My love, I have all this thing. Got to go over. I don't know. I may have to feel love. But I didn't even know what he's listen to you. I look at it. We also some else conversion. We should never have waited on that. Because I can't say anything. We should go to the I don't know. I'm not going to know that it's I did not know that. Yeah, Shinga makin daman ba ko kami sa kaya sim ka dala mi daman issue sin ba sa sin sala ba dai ba ka da ni nai ajo sim ka kan halai dai sim down london ba kan ba kan ni ba ka sama ba ni bin ko na ka ba na ni ko ba sa mana ni ni saya sim ya pas ka sa ba ka mi jon da ba ka ka sa me ka sa ba ka sa ba ka da ni dai ba ka sa me sa ba sa le ni ba ya ba
Tonight's learning is the Ilay Nishmas. So it's in 14 minutes. So tonight's learning is Ilay Nishmas. Julie's father, whose yahrzeit is tonight, as well as her brother, whose shloshim is today. And name is Moshe ben Yaakov. That's your father. His yahrzeit is today. And your brother, your brother, Yaakov Shlomo ben Moshe. Shalom Shalom and Aliyah. And tonight we'll have the special honor of we had the special. He says when someone turns bar mitzvah, So the neshama, the completeness of the neshama comes into them. So sometime right now, the neshama is going. So we're in the room with a special neshama coming in. Wow, so that's special. All right, today in Jewish history, tonight. So a couple months ago, we were in Hebron, and when we were in Hebron, we had when someone gave us a tour of Hebron. Huh? No, we didn't have bulletproof vests. We had a tour guide with a gun. That's about it. So we were in Hebron. So they told us about this. They said that on the 14th of Teves every year, the community in Hebron, they have a special su'ud, they have a special meal. They celebrate tonight, tomorrow. They celebrate a special occasion when Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov just came out of their neighbor there, and they have a story where the Jewish community was at Beit. There was the Pasha there was going to have every single last Jew in Hebron killed, and they were saved. And so they celebrate 14th of Teves every year in Hebron. Specifically, the Sephardic community is the one over there that has the Seudah. In the year 1159, the Ibn Ezra, he got a letter from the Queen. It happened in London. The story happened in London. But does anybody know which queen he got the letter from? So the story goes that he was in London and he had a dream. And in the dream, the Shabbos queen came to him. Shabbos queen comes to Ibn Ezra and tells the Ibn Ezra that I have a case against you. You see, one of your students is writing some type of thesis on why Shabbos starts Friday night at midnight. That's when Shabbos starts. And he's stealing from me because Shabbos starts Friday evening at sundown. So he got this letter from the Queen, and he woke up, and based on that, he wrote a sefer, he wrote a book, Shar Shabbos, something like that, Ezra. That dream he had on the 14th of Teves, that's what he writes. Back to we're learning here about washing our hands. So we discussed washing hands when we wake up in the morning. That's the reason why we wash our hands. We discussed washing our hands before eating bread. There's another couple of times we wash our hands, and that is if we take a nap in the middle of the day. We wash our hands again with a keli, with a vessel. We don't make a bracha. We only do that bracha once a day, but we wash our hands the same way we wake up in the morning if we take a nap.
It doesn't matter how long.
It doesn't matter how long. A nap is considered a half hour. It's less than a half hour if you go like this for a few minutes. You'd be washing. Some of us be washing hands all day. Before we daven, wash our hands. Whether it's with a vessel or not, whatever. Obviously, it's no bracha. If we take a haircut, even if we're taking a little trim, we have to wash our hands with. We wake up in the morning, say we wash our hands.
Even master, you touch it. You. Master also.
Huh?
Master also. Some says you have to touch.
So it's interesting. At the end, we wash our hands. But it's interesting. The mustache, according sometimes not like considered like it doesn't have the same halacha as here. For example, it's brought down during Sfira Saimer.
So only fit.
You should wash your hands anyway. Yes, wash your hands anyway. Just saying that it's a lighter. It's not as strong as here. Like we find during Sfira Saimer, we don't cut. It says we don't cut our hair. You can cut your mustache. In any case, huh?
Even this.
any hair you
Each one
cut,
is long.
any hair you cut your hair, then you should wash your hands. We cut our nails, we should wash our hands. While we're at it, a person should not cut their hand nails and their toenails on the same day. So it's brought down. A person should not cut their hand nails and toenails on the same day. When we learned the laws of cutting our nails, there's a special order to cutting our nails, but that's not for now. But when we do cut our nails, we have to we should wash our hands after. Same way with a vessel, like Negavas, there's no bracha, but we wash alternating hands. Like Ami said, if we cut our hair, but if we touch any parts of our body which are normally covered, then we should. If we tie our shoe,
If you touch your shoe.
you tie your shoe.
If you touch.
You touch your shoe, yes.
If
you're wearing slip-ons and you don't touch your shoe, tennis shoes, you don't have to.
If you touch in the store.
No, it's not considered. You touch a shoe in the store, it's like a new shoe. It's not considered your shoe. Of course, when we go to the bathroom, and so we come out of the bathroom, and after visiting a cemetery. When we wash our hands, we have to make sure there's no chatzitza, there's nothing separating between our hand and the water. So if we go to the amusement park and we want to leave the amusement park and they give a stamp on your hand, yeah, they give a stamp on your hand. That stamp, that little ink over there, is considered a chatzitza. It's considered a separation between your hand and the water. So instead, of course, you want to re-enter the park. Do it above your wrist. So make sure to stamp your hand above your wrist if you're going to be washing your hands, if you're having lunch in the park, or if you're going to have supper that night. You're not going to have time to wash it good. It takes a while to get it off. So just do it above your wrist. That's not a problem. But if you're doing it above your wrist, and you didn't put on tefillin yet, make sure not to do it on your left arm, because then you have a tzitza between your tefillin strap and your arm. So do it on your right arm above your wrist. Or just don't go back to the music part. Huh? No, but if you're going with the kids during winter break, the mitzvah to go to the park. Shmuel says it's not a mitzvah. Okay, take me on. Yeah, whatever. If our hands are dirty, if we're doing garden work and our hands are dirty, the washing doesn't count. You got to first wash your hands completely off, no dirt, and then you can wash your hands for the mitzvah. But cleaning our hands with dirt, that's not the mitzvah. That we should do anyway. If we are wearing a ring, we should take the ring off as well. Thus, the custom of a Jewish woman to have a ring in their mouth during washing the hands. Someone told me that someone asked them to borrow a ring while they were washing. So they had a ring. So then aren't you supposed to have a ring in your mouth when you wash? So if you don't have to have a ring in your mouth when you wash, but you are supposed to take your ring off when you wash your hands.
What about Band-Aid?
What? A Band-Aid. Yes. A Band-Aid should not be there, or you can't take it off and it should be covered.
No, if
someone's wearing what?
If
There's an injury there and you can't take it. As I said, if you can't take it off, then it should be covered. Let's say someone has a cast. You can't take the cast off.
No,
right? So they have to wash.
It's going to be an infection.
So what I'm saying is someone has a cast, let's say, right? Someone has a cast. They can't take the cast off, they wash, right? They have removable casts. It's another story. I'm saying the regular hard cast, can't take it off.
Yeah.
So if a person's fingers are coming out of the cast, Right? So then wash, at least wash that part. Don't wash the fingers.
That's the most important.
The fingers are the most important, absolutely. We do the best we could.
What do you
Of
mean?
course you can't. You can't. Or, let's say you're eating, don't eat that hand. Eat that hand. Don't use that. Let's say a person can't wash. Let's say there's somewhere they can't wash. And that's for eating a sandwich. Right? So what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Not touch it. Eat with foil, sandwich bag, paper bag, whatever. Right? As long as you're not a glove, whatever. As long as you're not holding it in your hand. Same thing. Cover that part of the hand, or don't touch it. Don't touch the food. Now, in the morning, when we wake up in the morning, it's important not to touch. Before we wash our hands until today, we should not touch our eyes, our mouth, our ears, any openings in our body we're not supposed to touch. Also food you shouldn't touch. You make the food tummy, you make the food impure. And not just food, but also, this is only according to some opinions, your clothing, your fresh clothing. Basically, don't touch anything. According to most opinions, it doesn't know clothing, but don't touch anything. Just wash your hands right away.
That's why the Hasidim is putting their thing against the
Yes, today not just Hasidim. I think most people put regular next to their bed when they wake up. They have it right there in the vessel, and not just that, but a lot. That's.
It's the same
Dogs
problem.
can wash
make
your
too
hand
much.
actually after touching it. That's all.
I don't touch it.
Any animal. Don't touch that.
Well, they hopefully they're touching a part of your body that's probably not. Don't touch with hands.
All the stores for women.
Yeah, men and women the same. What was I going to say?
You wash after you touch the animal.
Yeah. Now, the Zohar says, regarding washing before bread, he says, remember we discussed last time that washing your hands in the morning, right? Washing hands in the morning, we're mimicking what the Kohen would do when they would start their Avodah, when they would start the service of the Beis HaMikdash. Just like they start their service of the Beis HaMikdash, they wash their hands before. The same thing, we wash our hands in the morning. Our whole day, we're serving Hashem, and if we wash our hands, the Zohar says that it's a service, right? It says, before you wash for bread is called lechem. It says, lechem, bread lechem, right? How much is lechem in our bread is lechem? Lechem comes from the word milchama, which means war. We know it's a war to put bread on the table. But the Zohar says something else. The Zohar says that every time we eat bread, really every time we eat anything, but symbolically by bread, it says we have a war. It says part of us wants to eat bread because it tastes good, because we like it, because we're hungry. That's part of us. And another part of us wants to eat bread so we have kayak, we have strength to serve Hashem. So there's a war going on over here. That's the milchama, that's the war, and that's why it's called lechem, that's why it's called bread. In order to go, war is called, you go to war, you're listening in the service, right? The service, right? It's in English also, right? So, we said the avodah of the day, the service of the day, we start off, we wash our hands before the service. And the same thing every time we eat, before we eat, it says we have to wash our hands because of that war. To go to war, and of course we should win the war, and that is to eat in order to serve Hashem, eat in order to have strength to serve Hashem. That's what we eat. Here. We should make sure before when washing for bread, we have to make sure not to talk from the time of the washing until the time of eating the bread. That means from when we wash, not from the bracha. The bracha we make after we wash. Right, from the time we wash our hands, before the bracha, way before. We are not speaking from then until after we finish chewing, swallowing first. It says if your person is traveling and you're not going to find water ahead of you for at least 4 mil, it says. It says that's when we should, which I think it's a half hour out of the way. Half hour ahead of you, not half hour. Because that's the time when you don't have to wash. We just not hold it. Otherwise, wait a half hour. Supposed to wait and then wash your hands. Okay, there's another time we're supposed to wash our hands. Okay, we'll start it. There's another time we're supposed to wash our hands, and that is before benching, after we eat, before we bench. Now we know it's called Mayim Achronim. Afterwards. After we eat, before we bench, we wash our hands. And there it says the reason why we wash our hands is to wash away the melach sdomit, the sodomite salt.
Not to kill the wire.
Okay, we'll discuss more of it tomorrow, but just to touch on it, in Sodom, sodomite literally means very strong salt. We don't want to walk with this. The literal meaning is they used to cook with a very strong salt, and we don't want to now take your hand and touch your eyes or anything with it, and that's why we wash your hands. However, according to the Zohar, according to Kabbalah, it's much deeper. Melach Sdomis represents the salt of Sodom. We learned a few weeks ago that within Sodom, they wouldn't serve their guests, they wouldn't serve them salt. So Light's wife wouldn't serve her guests salt because that makes the food taste a little better, and you're not supposed to have guests at all. So you already have a guest, and you can't serve the salt. We want to wash away before we bench. We can't bench. Really, we can't eat before we wash away any of that stinginess. More on it tomorrow. But now, one second, let me ask, did you ever have a chazan before?
Yeshiva?
Yeah, I think it's always the first. I think it's okay. The best.
The question is, if he was chazan before for Myra. Not really. I think never. Not possible. You want to be chazan? Go for it. Go for it. If you're able to, why not? Huh?
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Follow the instructions. Shir Hamalei Ine Baruch Hu
Student, Yeah, I have to ace on you. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
One second. Yeah, was it really your first time? You're pulling our leg. You're pulling our leg, huh? Now let's make a special Italian. Both in honor of next and in honor of the Shleishim. Shleishim, our brother. Yes, that's what it was. Right. And we give us the chance also. The last answer that you can probably discuss it, you're not discuss it. Chayal, soldier. Chayal stands for soldiers. Shemari stands for chassis. Chassid, it's always time. Do the next good, you're tonight. So not a good and allows it someone who learns a lot of stuff. Yes. I'll take all time. Julie, want to share yours? Yours by your brother? You make all time. So you want wine or any spot? You want wine or you want
Okay, go, you have a white
straw or fish? Oh, I think okay. The tower. It's just as poisonous. It's just as poisonous. Whiskey's all right. Whiskey's healthier than Coke. What do you want? I didn't hear what. We watched the video with the Reddit told someone like Reddit told something next time yeah. If you like it, you consider it, yeah. If you like it, you should. You don't like it. Well, I mean, I don't think you're driving tonight. Driving? So many more applications. Oh, hey, you're from Brooklyn. Yeah. Right. Guys, who wants a rough? Yeah, now. Oh, yeah. Tonight and
he was a freshman year, 30 years old.
I think, yeah.
And that my father short sight, short sight. And what is incredible is that the firstborn, my father's name is Huh? And my brother, Jacob, and both of them, my father was the driver of the
You're good, Richard, that's enough.
came to Guatemala where I was born and so where my other 9 siblings. And he did a lot for Guatemala, including being a pillar for the Jewish community. And my father would have been 73 in his family, was also following footsteps. And we were very well known in all of Central America because of we're all the only family in that landscape. And I'm very grateful to be here with you. There is much more we will see before another what you know, the Jewish community now is because of them.
Mi esposa, no esposa, our wives, my brother-in-law.
Mucho gusto. ¿Dónde? ¿Se ve?
Sorry.
He assumed that we're in Florida. We speak Spanish.
Yes, I understand. And I want to ask you because our mother-in-law is from Guatemala.
Who is that? We're relatives with Sonia.
Whoa, everybody, one good. Familia.
Está aquí en visita.
You tell her Julie Kattenberry is here and I'd love to see her. I haven't seen her
That
in
would be
50 years.
You're already 50?
50.
You're 50?
40.
I am more than that, but
No.
thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sure, that's
You
amazing.
can come.
Usted, perdón, ¿cómo se llama?
Julie Trachtenberg.
Yo soy Shirley.